Okay, let's jump right into part 2. I don't have my co-host today, my daughter. I'm going to pick her up soon. So I'm like, you know what? Let me film part 2 and then I can get y'all on Wednesday for the next topic. So we left off with do something just because. And I think that this should definitely take place. I think it's a great idea, and it should come from both sides. And I have to admit, I have to get better about doing things just because. And so I'm glad I'm reading these because these things are helping me too. My husband, he's really good about like flowers. He loves like buying me flowers just because, and I really do appreciate it. I really do. I love flowers. They're beautiful. They make me feel good and romantical and all that type of stuff. So I do appreciate that. So I actually need to step up my game. Okay. So it says here, don't wait for a special occasion to cook your husband his favorite meal or buy your wife a gift. Just do it just because. Write your spouse a love letter and tuck it in his briefcase, or pick up her favorite flowers on your way home from work one day. Little gestures can go a long way in showing how much you care. So yeah, that's something that I definitely need to get better at and think more about doing. Pretend you just met. This is a good one. Treat your spouse the way you did when you first met. Go to the movies, try new restaurants, go bowling. In other words, make efforts to plan dates and have fun like you used to. Pick one night every month so the good intentions turn into reality. Just because you're married doesn't mean you can't still have fun together like the good old days. That's excellent. I think that is something that we definitely need to incorporate. I mean, we do still go out, we'll have date nights, but what we haven't incorporated, which this is giving me good ideas to try and make sure. We've tried it, but we get so busy, but we'll try again to give ourselves a specific night every week and make it our date night. And incorporating some of the things. I mean, now the movies, that's something that we do because that's like what we did when we dated. That was like our thing, going to the movies. Whatever new movies was out, we was there to see it. So we'll still do that, and we'll go out to eat. We actually did that a couple of weekends ago. We went and tried a new restaurant bar downtown, and we had a nice time. It was on a Sunday. We happened to have a rental car because my husband was getting his car worked on, and it was a drop top, so we put the top down because it was a nice day that day, and it was great. So I do think that this is something that couples should do often, because it really was something good for the both of us. The next one is feel good about yourself. It's hard to feel attractive around others when you don't feel comfortable in your own skin. Eating healthy and exercising will not only keep you looking great, you'll feel great too. When you feel good about yourself, your confidence will shine and your partner will notice. Ooh, I totally agree with that. I talked about this in, I think, the very first video. We both do work out, and my husband, he's more so big on working out for, his mental health and all that type of stuff to, feel good. I think for women, well, this could go both ways, but we tend to connect it to a little more for more vanity type reasons. But I do agree with this article, in the terms of when you look good, you feel good, and when you feel good, you feel like you look good. So either way, definitely keeping yourself together, making sure your hygiene is what it needs to be. All that stuff is definitely important. And we both pay attention to that. Like how we look in terms of, trying to stay healthy, working out, trying to eat right for the most part. Getting our hair done, haircuts, all that type of stuff. So yes, I totally agree with that. Now, this is what I would like to do more of. My husband, he's more on chill mode, but get dressed up. We know your spouse didn't fall in love with you on your looks alone, and sometimes your schedule just doesn't allow time to primp and groom. But it is nice to look extra nice for your partner once in a while. Do your hair, put some makeup on, Put on your favorite outfit and remind your better half of what a good looking pair you make. I think this is excellent. And my husband, he ain't got to worry about me because hair is always done. I always, I'm big on, oh, I got a message, y'all. Big on at least looking some type of way. Now, I don't just wear a face full of makeup all the time, all day, every day. Like, I don't have any makeup on now. I have a little bit of gloss on that's basically rubbed off. And I think I got a little bit of eyeliner on, but that's it. But I keep my nails done. I keep my hair done. And when I'm going out, I like to look nice. And I've always been that way. I like to do that for myself. For me, it goes back to the step before this, or the tip before this, which is feel good about yourself. Those things make me feel good about myself. So I have to do them. Even my husband was like, "Oh, you ain't got to do all that. You don't have to do." And it's good that he feels that way, but I'm really doing it for me. It's an extra benefit, I hope, to him that he has a wife that likes the way, that tries to look nice, but I'm doing it for me. I would be doing this if I wasn't with him. I was doing it before I met him, and I will continue to do it. Shoot, it's time to get this hair done now. So I'm just making it do what it do until Thursday, okay? Or is it Friday? One of these days. But yeah, I think those things are very important. And for men, they should do the same things, making sure they're keeping their hair cut. If they have facial hair, beards trimmed, smelling good, looking nice. So getting dressed up, it gives you a chance to do that. So yeah, because especially like during these times of when we were quarantining and with COVID, people have gotten real relaxed, okay? Some people done got too relaxed, okay? But I think that incorporating the getting dressed up thing, like purposely, like, okay, we're having a date night, but we're going somewhere where we're going to put some clothes on. I think that it's important to do that from time to time. So yeah, you can remind your partner, like, all right, you see what's up over here. Don't play. I think it's very important both ways for both partners to remind the other one, like, okay, recognize. So I think that's a good one. Compliment your spouse. This is great. Who doesn't love getting a compliment? Think of all the good qualities your partner has and make an effort to compliment her. And they should have said her and him, at least once a day. It's a nice way to let her or him know you appreciate them, and it will make them think about the things he or she likes about you too. They put this as if only women need to be complimented, but men like to be complimented too. I know my husband appreciates compliments. A lot of times he'll try to act like he doesn't care, but who doesn't like being told, hey, you look really nice, you look really handsome, or you look really pretty today. That's a nice outfit. Oh, those pants look nice on you. Whatever the case may be, who doesn't like to hear a compliment? Even if you already know it or think it, it feels good to know that others agree with you. So to me, either way, it's not that, because some people might say, well, I don't need nobody to tell me. Okay, well, some people do. But even if you don't need someone to tell you that, it's not going to hurt you. I'm sure it makes you still feel good to hear it from someone else other than yourself. So I think this is great. And I think spouses, because you do have a lot of spouses that don't do this. So if you don't do this, try to incorporate it more, because who doesn't like a compliment? Like, think about like strangers, you walking down the street. Oh my God, that bag is so nice. Or, oh my God, that color looks beautiful on you. Oh my God, that lipstick is the bomb. Or, oh, your haircut is slick. I like that. Or, I like them shoes, or something. It makes you immediately smile. Even if it was something you weren't even thinking about. As soon as somebody says that, you're like, oh, okay, thank you. Especially, you don't know who's having a bad day or not. I think people should make it a habit to give compliments, not like even taking this outside of your spouse. I think the world would be a better place. Matter of fact, they had this initiative going. I think, did I see it on either TikTok or Instagram, where people were literally just going around their city, stopping people just to give them compliments. And oh my God, the reactions of the people were priceless. And it was, men, women, older, younger, different races. And it was the same response to everybody. Nobody had a nasty response. Everybody just appreciated it so much. and it just puts smiles on their faces. So I think it's good to do that. So imagine how that makes your partner feel, just to let them know that you're noticing them, like, hey, I see you. Because like, what if you're getting compliments outside of the home all the time, but the person that loves you never compliments you? Like, don't nobody got time for that. Don't nobody want that. So if you're not complimenting your spouse, start doing it. Okay. Let's see. The next one is know yourself. Okay, what's this all about? Do you know exactly what turns you on and what makes you feel special? Everyone is unique, so spend a little time thinking about it and then let your partner know. You'll both learn something new about each other, which can be exciting in itself, and in turn, your love life will take off as well. Okay, that's great. I think that is important. Oftentimes, we don't know what we like or what we want, and if you don't know, then you can't expect to be able to um, successfully relay that to your partner if you don't even know. So I totally agree with that. Know yourself, and then I will add a step to it. Know yourself, and then feel confident enough to share that with your partner so that they know. Because what's one thing we kind of tend to do when we get into relationships and we get comfortable, we assume the other one knows. We assume the other one should be able to read our minds or have a crystal ball to know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the case all the time. I mean, yeah, you get to a point in your life where you guys know each other enough to where you can kind of, foresee certain things. But at the same time, don't get too comfortable, because as you're growing, you should be learning new things and changing and evolving. And with that comes change. Therefore, you should always have your own self-awareness to know who you are and where you are in life, and be willing to share that with your partner so that they know. And for the partner, be willing to ask. Your partner wants to know that you care. Your partner wants to know that you care about how they feel, or what things they like to do. Hey, what's your favorite color? Hey, what's your favorite type of food to eat? Like, those are the types of things that you would hope and want the person that says that they love you. They should want to know these types of things about you. Especially when it comes to, like, buying you presents or gifts. If you don't know somebody and you don't take the time to get to know them, then you always got to try to figure out what to do for them. But if you really spend time and get to know them, then you'll feel more comfortable with being able to pick out certain things or take them certain places, or give them a certain type of gift, and they're going to love it. Why? Because you took the time to get to know them. I'm telling you, this free game right here. Free game. Okay, and the last one is, oh my God, this one is of the utmost importance, which is why they probably saved it for last, and y'all probably guessed it. Communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. And we're not talking about your usual day-to-day communication about schedules, diaper duty, and meal times. Communicate about what you want from your partner. In your romantic relationship, choose one or two areas that are most important to you. For example, do you wish he would plan a date night out without you having to do all the work of making reservations and finding a sitter? Have a conversation about areas you both think you can improve in, and make a conscious effort to try. Your marriage will thank you. Totally agree. Perfect one to end on. I think that communication is key, and I'll take it back to what the last point about. I think it just adds to wanting to really know your partner, and in getting to know them and really caring about how they feel and what they think. That's all tied into communication, because you have to be willing to have the conversation. You have to be willing to ask. You have to be willing for them to tell you, hey, I don't like when you do this. Or, I don't like it. This makes me feel a certain type of way when I have to do A, B, or C. Or it makes me feel some type of way when you say blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? There should be no defense. If your partner has gotten up the courage to share with you how they feel, or better yet, how you have made them feel or how you make them feel, if you truly love them, you should number one, show them that you're willing to listen, because communication is a two-way street. So your partner needs to feel like you are truly listening to them. And how do you show that you're listening? First of all, look them in the eye. When they're talking to you, don't be walking around doing all types of stuff. Sit down and look them in the eye and show them, hey, I'm listening. I want to know. Tell me, what am I doing wrong? What can I do better? Who doesn't want to be better for yourself first, but then for the person that you've committed to for the rest of your life to? Because what's the point of being together if neither one of us is going to be happy with the other person in terms of, you know, how we're interacting and relating? You know, that doesn't make any sense. So if you just take everything else out of it and just put common sense in there, common sense is, okay, we need to learn how to properly communicate so that I can understand where you're coming from, you can understand where I'm coming from, and we can meet in the middle. So communication is just so important because it delves into so many other areas of your relationship. And I like how they specifically said not communication in relation to the kids' schedules, your schedules, like that regular everyday stuff that you kind of almost have to talk about, household bills, stuff like that. No, you all need to be talking about how you make each other feel, talking about planning dates, planning trips together, still dating each other. That argument you had last night, hey, what was that about? You know, I feel like da 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 da, and the person shouldn't be defensive. It should be, okay, you're willing to talk. If you already argued about it, why get into another argument about it? We did that already. That's old news. Why would we keep arguing? Let's actually talk this time. We got all the yelling out and all that unhealthy stuff that we shouldn't have been doing anyways. Okay, now let's actually show each other how much we love each other, which is, I'm going to actually respect you enough to listen to you, and you're going to respect me enough to listen to me. And then we're both going to show each other that we're listening by actively making some changes and by verbally telling our partners, you know what, I heard you when you said blah, 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 blah. And as a result, I'm going to do da, 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 da. You got to lay it out there. If you don't lay it out there, then it just shows that you are not committed to fixing the issues. You just either are living in a fantasy world and you think they're going to fix themselves, which they're not, or you just don't give a damn. And that ain't going to work neither. So yes, communicate, communicate, communicate. And then when you can't do no more, communicate some more. Like, that's how important communication is. So I'm glad I got a chance to get those last few ones out. Sorry I couldn't bring you guys a full video before, but duty called. My co-host, my daughter, she comes first. So I had to make sure that she was okay. But hopefully you guys enjoyed these tips. I know I did. I'm going to definitely take them to my husband, and hopefully we can, the ones that we have not incorporated already, hopefully we can incorporate them. And the ones that we have, hopefully we can incorporate them even more. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks, guys.